The next and final question is to Ms. Cavasos Ramirez. And with the rise of the juvenile crime in Laredo, how would you go about promoting awareness? And more importantly, what implementations would you create or suggest in solving the issue?
Most people don't understand how the juvenile system works. It is extremely different from the adult system. Texas law dictates that juveniles in the state of Texas are to be rehabilitated rather than punished. And although the legislature has tried repeatedly to make significant changes in that, that really has not changed much. So, unlike the legal system, when a juvenile is arrested, they go to the juvenile department. That is the first source of contact after whatever the law enforcement agency is that initially arrested them, or in our case, detained them. That's what it's called in the juvenile system. And they determine which route that case goes. So, to further answer your question, juveniles are different. There are a number of agencies that are involved. The juvenile department makes the first decision in a criminal case with regards to juveniles, not the county attorney's office. It is the juvenile department that determines what's going to happen to that child, and it is the juvenile department that implements whatever procedures they feel are necessary to help the child with counseling, with drugs, if that is a problem, with whatever it may take that child needs to make sure that he does not continue along the path of crime. When and if a decision is made to prosecute, it does come to our office. And to that end, we have for years dealt with a number of committees and brought additional services to the forefront. We are in the process of implementing a juvenile drug court. We have already, 6 months ago, implemented a family drug court for our CPS cases. We have also implemented programs with a number of local agencies to assist us with services so that these kids do their community service as required. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we all know that juvenile crime is increasing and it's getting out of hand. And it seems to me that the current administration is content with the way things are at right now. I don't agree with that. On the other hand, I believe that we have a serious problem, a serious issue with juvenile crime. Drugs, gangs, violence. There's an issue of teen dating violence that's been coming up lately. That's also at the forefront here. We know that our children are being recruited by the cartels to commit the serious offenses, killings, murders, kidnappings, drive-by shootings. That's what these kids are now being recruited to do. The cartels are invading. We know it's here. It's not something that we can avoid. Last week we had a little forum, and Ms. Cavasos feels that it's better that the county attorney's office stays behind the scenes. That's the way things should be done. That's the way it is, and she's content with that. Well, I'm not content with that. I think things need to be different. I think the county attorney's office needs to be at the forefront of this and lead the community and the departments, together with juvenile department, together with the local school districts, together with the JPs and the local organizations such as SCANS, TACADA, Child Advocacy Center. We need to work together to combat these problems, not be behind the scenes. We need to start educating and creating more awareness. And that's why I think that we need to be more involved, that the county attorney's office needs to be more involved in the community, because we need to create that awareness. Yes, there's issues that don't need to be involved with the community, but there are other issues. Juvenile cases, CPS cases, environmental cases. All these things need to be brought out to the community, and the community needs to be made aware of these things. And we all need to work together to combat these issues, so that way we can have a better Webb County. So that's all I can say about it.
Thank you.
Technology, communication, and teamwork. That is what we need to implement in this county to solve the problems of juvenile crime. Did you know, for example, that bullying, or more specifically cyberbullying, is a huge problem in our schools today? Many people don't know, because this is something that's been coming up in the last few years. But a lot of kids are texting other kids, telling them that they're losers, that they're going to get beat up. They're constantly being texted. They're being messaged through Facebook, Twitter, the internet. And a lot of these kids, they're good kids. And they're getting terrorized. Before it used to be only when you would go to school you would get terrorized by the bully. Now, you're at home, you're on vacation, and you're still getting terrorized by bullies. We need to put an end to this problem. We need to solve this. And as county attorney, I would implement solutions to take care of the situation. We need to get together with parents, our teachers, our kids, and provide awareness so that teachers or parents can see what's going on, can know what are the signs of cyberbullying or bullying at school, and they can take a more proactive approach in order to solve this problem. We need to come together. If we don't, this problem is not going to get solved, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. It used to just be bullying. Now it's cyberbullying. What's going to come up in the next 5 or 10 years? Thank you.
Thank you very much.